Today is the second day of rifle elk season. Yesterday was really nasty, so I ended up not going very far. It was just too foggy to see anything. So hiked probably about 4 miles in the dark this morning. Got some elevation. Now I'm going to do some glassing, see if I can find anything. Got a pretty good viewpoint here, but can't really shoot anything from here, so I'm just going to have to look and see if I can find anything closer. Got this bull spotted. It's at about 1,200 yards right now.
Trevor decided to get a little closer to set up for a shot. One of the biggest challenges we face in Stuck and Rut sometimes is hunting and filming solo. Trevor set up the camera first, then found a good rest to shoot from. If you look closely on the top left side of the screen, you will see the bull take his last steps before he fell over.
Just shot at a bull across this canyon. It's about 450 yards. I think I got a good shot on it. He kind of just took off running and then turned facing downhill and looked like he wasn't doing too hot and kind of went behind some timber. And so hoping that he's piled up in there. It actually did look kind of strange. It did look like he may have been wounded in archery season or something like that. I thought I saw a little patch of blood before I shot up, kind of up high, not in a good vital zone. And it was kind of weird to me that he had no cows. It's October 11th. And he was just by himself bedded on a hillside, and there's bulls bugling, and he was just letting them bugle, never answered once. But he eventually saw me, and he was kind of working his way up the hill. He didn't look hurt. He was moving quick, and I was able to get a shot off, and hopefully he's down. I'm really praying. It'll be my biggest bull if he is. It looks like a really nice 6-point. Didn't really look at the horns too much. All I saw was that he had a big frame on him and that you couldn't pass him up. So I shot, and hopefully he's down.
I got a phone call from Trevor. He got down a nice 6x7. So I had about 4 miles to walk from where I was at, and I'm going over to look for him. Called Tom to come help and my dad, so they're heading up. I'm dropping most all my gear on top here so I can go down light, because we're going to have to pack it uphill to hit this spot, and then figure out a way to get off the mountain here. But hopefully nobody finds that I'm stashing it pretty good. But there's a lot of money in gear: tripod, camera, gun, rangefinder, binos, spot and scope. I can go down light, and I'm excited for Trevor. He said it's the biggest bull he's ever got. Let's go take a look.
Saw this bull in archery season, actually. Kind of went after him one day. It looked like he was a little bit wounded. He didn't have cows with him and stuff. But I couldn't really find him for the rest of the season. kind of wrapped one more basin in towards the valley, kind of where they start to winter, and was able to find him during rifle season. And so I came in this morning about 1,200 yards, had him spotted on this hillside, just bedded. And so I kind of just worked my way closer to him, ended up getting about 350 yards. And then I thought that he was gone. I thought, oh, sun hit him. He went and timbered up. There was a bull bugling up above him. And I was sitting there glassing for a while, and eventually I kind of saw a piece of what looked like a stick or something like that, but it was kind of where he was laying before, or sitting. And I couldn't see any points though, so I figured, oh no, that's nothing, it's just a branch. And then I watched it more. Eventually I'm like, I got to get a closer look, so I grabbed the gun to put it on 22 power, and it was gone. And then I looked up the hill, and this bull, he's kind of started to work his way up the hill. And so I ended up getting the rangefinder out, ranged him at 450, and then was able to get one shot off on him. And he just ran over about 100 yards, ran down the hill about 50 yards, and just piled up. It was really quick. That's the exit wound right there. I'm still pretty sure he was wounded just because he didn't have cows with him, but he was working up the hill just fine, but you'd think he'd be chasing cows. So once we get him flipped over, we'll see if there's a wound on that side, because it kind of looked like I saw some blood there even before I shot. So pretty stoked though. It's the biggest bull that I've ever got. Almost a Royal 7x7, but that one doesn't quite count it. We're going to count that one though.
Definitely over an inch.
I'm stoked.
Good job, Trevor. That's a dandy bull. Well deserved. He's put the miles on this year. It's
Yeah.
neat. Always neat to get a bull that you've been chasing most of the season.
Yeah, it is. And this one, I mean, I ended up getting around a lot of other bulls this year, and I think this is the biggest one I even saw this year. So pretty stoked about that.
Yeah, and not an easy place to get one too.
Travis got in contact with Dad and I and sent us a waypoint through base maps. Just got a phone call saying to help pack meat. Can't wait to see what the boys got today. It's just me and Dad. Up here. I don't know, it's not looking like a good way to get in, but we're actually on a nicer part of the hill now.
Yeah, it's getting better.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice long made beams.
it's a good one.
Heavy one.
The Royal 7.
Thanks for the help. We just decided to pack half an elk apiece.
It's like half an hour.
So we
Yeah,
don't have
I've
to
got
go
2
back.
rear quarters in the head. It's pretty heavy. It's gonna be nice to
It's
get a little bit
good.
lighter
We'll-
load.
We'll show you the way to go.
I rolled a rock on my ankle one day. It was not a fun recovery.
Oh, those hurt. I do that. Short top shoes. You get it right on the bone.
Glad Dad brought his slippers again.
Yeah.
Just like last year's elk with Tom.
You don't need a hip belt.
I wore
Hip
these.
belts are for whiskey.
No hip belt, no walking
I wore
sticks.
these fallen timber all winter last winter. Every day in the snow. It never got over 6 inches. And I wore these every day over rubber boots.
Yep, you're one of a kind, Dad.
$99. Can't beat them.
Most people in their 30s complain about their feet.
Nothing wrong with my feet.
Nothing wrong with Dad's feet.
Travis was already complaining earlier.
60
He said,
plus.
I can't hike because my feet.
My heels.
I'm just about there.
I'm trying to get ready for a goat hunt.
That's what I told Travis when we were going up that hill. I said, this is just training.
This is training.
We made it out. We're gonna have a load on here. We've got a full elk debone, the horns, 3 or 4 backpacks, and 4 people.
4 very full grown large men.
Yeah, we used to do this when we were kids, but I don't think it's
Yeah. Now we're all over 200 pounds. It used to work when we were all kids. It'll still work. This thing's a grizzly. Had it forever. Long day. 8.7 miles
There's no brush. Yeah.
with a lot of it
Well, there is like
packs.
this right at the pickup.